Hey everyone, so welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to film a what I eat in a day video. I am still vegan, and so I just wanted to, when I can, provide some different meal ideas for when I am hungry and what I do to just choose better options for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Now, I am going to be honest with you. It is already 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I've already had my breakfast, but what I made, I already finished. So I'm actually in the process of making another batch of it, which is like these little baked oatmeals, and then I put them in these little ceramic dishes. So I'm actually going to be making another set because I like having them in the morning every day. So I'm in the process of making that. So I've already had my breakfast, but please believe this is exactly what I ate this morning, and I top this with blueberries and cut up strawberries. So I am going to do some B-roll of all of the different ingredients, and then I'll come back and show you what I do after I mash the bananas. All right, some shredded coconut, cinnamon, sea salt, blueberries, 2 bananas, organic coconut creamer, no sugar added, some sunflower seeds, and 1-minute instant oats. Okay, so now that the bananas are mashed, I'm going to add in some 1-minute oats. Because I use 2 bananas, I'm going to also do 2 cups of oats. So based on how many bananas you use will determine how many oats you use. So 1 cup of oats for 1 banana. So now I have my oats mixed in with the banana. Then I'm going to add in some sunflower seeds. Let's do like a handful. I'm also going to add in about a handful of unsweetened coconut. I am going to add in some cinnamon. I love cinnamon, so obviously put as much as you desire. And I am going to mix this all up. No sugar, which is really what I care about the most here. So I'm gonna add 1. And the thing with this, I'm not sure how many of you do like you like oatmeal, but you want this to be pretty wet because when it bakes, it is going to absorb a lot of the liquid. So you want to make sure that you are adding in more liquid than you would think you need, okay? Because it definitely dries out a lot when you bake it. So if it looks really wet to you, then you're on the right track. I actually want it to have a little bit more. So let's do, I'm trying to measure, which I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I never measure, but because I wanna be able to like give you a recipe and then you could redo it. So now this is half a cup, and that should be enough. So I did 1.5 cups of the liquid. And then lastly, I'm going to add in blueberries. These are already washed blueberries. I'm gonna add in way more than that. Let's see. I think that's pretty good, actually. And the last thing is just like a pinch of salt. So I'm not adding any sugar to this. If you want to, you can. But because the bananas are already really sweet, and these oats don't have any sugar in them, so that's important to note as well. But because the bananas are really sweet, if you just add a little bit of salt, that sweetness is really gonna come to the forefront. So now it is time to fill our little ceramic molds, which I love these as little individual oatmeals. Is just add in some spray into the bottom. I'm just using avocado oil spray, just so that if you want to take them out, they come out really easily. 5 days in the week. Okay, so I'm going to put these in the oven for 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and I'm going to keep them in there for 12 minutes. If you want sugar in this, my advice would be after you bake them to just drizzle some maple syrup on top of them. I don't like the idea of putting sugar in them. I like having the option of adding it after. I'm going to place these on my pan. And then I'm going to throw them in the oven, as I said, 350 degrees for about 12 minutes. And I'm actually going to go straight into making lunch because I'm starving. And again, these are for breakfast. I'm just restocking up on the week. Okay, so hopefully now you can see it. The blueberries have really just melted all over inside, and you can have them just like this. Obviously just be careful with the ceramic, or you can let them cool off. And again, I store them for every morning. So when it comes to lunch, I always go back and forth with what I want to make. Sometimes I will order, other times when I cannot figure out what to eat, tacos. I always resort to tacos, some form of tacos. And so today that's what I'm gonna make, because in all honesty, that's probably 8 out of 10 times what we choose to eat. Even if we do order out vegan, more than likely I'm looking for their taco option on the menu. So these are all of the things that you're going to need for this, and let's just get started because I'm hungry. Okay, so one of the biggest things that I have learned with eating vegan is you have to flavor your food. If you do not flavor your food, it is going to taste like trash. And I think that that's one of the biggest problems that a lot of people have when they are trying to eat vegan, is that they lack the seasoning. That's just the truth. And you have a lot of like very plain flavored things, right? Things that on their own are not going to taste like much. So you want to add a citrus to it, or maybe you want to add something sweet. You want to add something spicy. Like you want to add those things in. You want to add a good fat, right? You want to be able to provide a very balanced flavor profile when you are eating vegan, when you're eating anything in all honesty, but for sure when you're trying to eat vegan, that's gonna be one of the biggest things. So what do I have here are tortillas. Honestly, I don't usually get these. I usually get the like really corn tortillas, but this is the only thing I could find in my supermarket, so this is what I have. Black beans, nutritional yeast, garlic powder, the citrusy garlic from Trader Joe's. If you're trying to do any type of citrusy salad, this is a must. I have peppers, I have some cherry tomatoes, I have just like packaged cabbage, I have a red onion, I have an avocado, I have a lime, and I have some extra firm tofu. So let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do is open up my beans, throw them in this bowl here. As you can see, bowls are my friend. I'm going to rinse these out and throw about half of the can in there. So let's throw in, I think that's good. Yep, that's half a can. All right, we'll set that to the side. I'm gonna mash up just some of them so that there's like a subtle paste that will allow it to stick to the actual taco. Versus not mashed. Okay, I think that looks good. Okay, next, let's cut our onion. So I'm going to add in as many as I can. If you don't have black beans, garbanzo beans I use often too. I actually have garbanzo beans, but I like to save them more for like a bean salad, or if I'm doing like a vegan tuna type of thing, I'll use the garbanzo beans for that. Putting them in this almost feels like a waste when I have black beans. Okay, let's see how much of the beans I want to add. I mean, how much of the onions. Definitely gonna put half of it in here while I add in everything else. So now I'm gonna go for the cherry tomatoes. These are quite soft already. It's not bad. Let's throw that in there. Let's start adding our seasonings. So I'm gonna add a little bit of pepper, a little bit of garlic powder, this citrusy garlic thing. Careful though, because this has like a bit of a tang, so you want to be careful with that. And I'm gonna add in some nutritional yeast, just a little bit, because this adds a very cheesy flavor and I don't want that, but I do want the B12 benefits of this, so that's really why I'm adding it in. Okay, I just remembered that I bought these microgreens a couple of days ago. I am gonna add that on top because they don't really taste like anything, but they have a lot of really good nutritional value. All right, this is going to set aside. I honestly don't even think I need the salt because of the garlic citrusy thing. So let's let this sit aside so that it can actually absorb the lime. And we're going to move to cooking our tofu. Okay, so tofu is one of those things, either you love it or you hate it. Now, before we all come after tofu, one thing that I want you to know is that getting extra firm tofu makes a big difference, because it's not. For me, I'm a texture person. I don't like it to be slimy, soft, gooey, like extra firm tofu, and different brands will vary in their version of extra firm. This one in particular, Wildwood, this is the best extra firm tofu I have ever tried because it is genuinely extra firm. Now, I've purchased other brands. When I can't find this one, I get this one off of Amazon Fresh, but I always just look for extra firm. And again, some brands, their extra firm is still too soft for me. So this is the one that I buy because I like it and it's truly firm. So what do? I'm gonna cut it in cubes, and I season this 2 different ways. One, I use Badia seasoning. Again, tofu tastes like nothing, you guys. It tastes like nothing. Would you just cook a piece of chicken breast without anything on it? Hopefully your answer is no, you wouldn't. So I am going to season my tofu with this Badia seasoning. If you are Hispanic, this is what I've used in replacement of adobo. All right, I have a little bit of that. And again, the nutritional yeast adds like that chickeny flavor, like this combo I really, really like. So I season this like if I were seasoning a piece of chicken, even though it's not a piece of chicken. So that would be my advice. If you're trying tofu for the first time, you have to season it just like you have to season a piece of meat. What I love about cooking vegan is you can touch and this and that, and you know, if you forget, if you touch your face, like you don't have to worry about salmonella, you don't have to worry about all these different things. I can't touch that, contamination, like that is one of the, also it just alleviates a lot of stress when you cook because you don't have to worry about those additional things that could potentially, like, you know, make you sick. So this is literally how I season my tofu, and I'm going to throw this in the air fryer. I'm going to put it at, I'm not sure, let's say 370 for just 4 minutes, and I'm gonna check on it and see where it's at. Okay, so tofu is done. It actually still looks quite big. I think I'm going to cut them in half, but nice and crispy, but still like kind of soft on the inside. In half so that I can fit them into the taco a little easier. Right, now it's just time to plate, which is going to be really easy and simple. I'm going to take a heaping of the beans that we made. Put a little more actually. Again, they will stick to the bottom nicely because we mashed some of them. Then I'm going to add the tofu. cool. Then I'm gonna add my avocado. I did add a little bit of salt on the avocado. That's the only thing I added salt on. And I was going to add this, but I don't think I need it. I'm just gonna leave it just like that. Top it with some more, and then our microgreens because they're necessary. But this is what the tacos look like. So really easy, simple, healthy, which is really important. You get your healthy fats, you get your protein, you get your carbs, you get everything that you should have in a meal. And there is obviously leftovers for more if you wish. So that's as far as lunch goes. I really need to eat, and I'll check back in with you guys for dinner, which is not for a couple of hours. I'll let you know if I ordered or if I chose to make dinner. We'll see how the day goes. I'll catch in with you all later. I forgot. I took a bite and I forgot to share with you my favorite hot sauce for tacos. There's a classic. I mean, if you know, you know. And this one, Yellowbird hot sauce habanero. Look, I've used almost this whole thing. This is spicy, but I love the way that it tastes on the tofu and avocado. Oh my god. If you eat eggs and you have a really good high like spice tolerance, this on top of some avocado and eggs has to be like amazing. But we're going the vegan route, so I'm talking with my mouth full. These are the two that I'm gonna rotate. I'm gonna put one on one taco, one on the other, but I just thought you should know. And that's it. Over and out. Food's here. I'm gonna open this up, show you guys what I got, and I will pretty much end this whole what I eat in a day. All right, I started eating the edamame. These are the sweet potato rolls. Actually, no idea what sauce they put on top of this. I've never ordered from this place before, so I'm gonna call and double check that the sauce is vegan, because if it's not, that's really gonna suck. But again, I have avocado, cucumber, easy fried vegetable gyoza. Usually, you know, I get them steamed, but today I was craving something a little greasy. But then I have my steamed edamame. So I'm literally gonna just create a plate, put a bunch of these on my plate, and eat away. And yeah, that's pretty much it, you guys. So this is what I eat in a day, and I wanted it to be realistic because the truth is I'm not always making every single meal. I wish that were the case, because that would be saving me a ton of money. But the truth is I do order out, and so when I do, these are the choices, these are the things that I decide to eat. And that's pretty much it. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that it gave you some ideas, and I will see you all in the next one.